Hey guys. Okay, we're back on the site, and now we're going to look at the guide. You can see it tells us some of the things we've mentioned previously. Datastar simplifies front-end development, it's back-end driven, and creates interactive UIs. It uses a Hypermedia first approach. Okay, I think it's time we cover this a bit more. If you click the link here, it will take you to an excellent book called Hypermedia Systems. I highly recommend checking it out. I'm going to try to distill it right here, in our history and theory lesson. Let's go! In the beginning, the internet was just computers and servers connected by cables. They could send messages and files to each other. Humans accessed it through command line interfaces. They were technical, cryptic, and definitely not friendly. This sucks for normal people, a researcher at CERN said in 1989. What if we made this more navigable? He looked at older hypertext research. Text that doesn't just sit there, but gives you controls. Not just words to read, but links to follow. So he had an idea, and he built the web around this concept. He invented HTML to structure these clickable documents, then HTTP to transfer them, and the first browser to view them. Now anyone could browse information by clicking, not just typing arcane commands. Hypertext became part of something bigger. Hypermedia. Media with built-in controls. The server doesn't just send you raw data and make you figure out what to do with it. It sends you HTML with links, forms, and buttons already built in. You get the data and the interface for interacting with it, all in one response. Browsers were designed to read HTML and render these hypermedia pages. They're really good at it. So you'd have websites with many pages, all connected by hypermedia controls. Those controls told you what you could do and where you could go next. They were essentially managing your application state. Now, HTTP is stateless. Each request stands alone. The elegant part is the inversion. Instead of the server tracking where you are in a workflow, the hypermedia controls you receive represent your current position and available next steps. Clients follow the workflow that emerges from each response. Your journey through the application lives on what you receive, not in server memory. This principle has a name, HATOS, Hypermedia as the Engine of Application State. 10 years later, another smart guy formalized this in his dissertation on REST. He documented the architectural principles that made the web so successful. Stateless communication, uniform interfaces, and crucially, hypermedia-driven application state. Here's the ironic part. REST was designed around hypermedia like HTML, but most modern REST APIs return JSON, which has no hypermedia controls, just raw data. No links, no forms, no indication of what you can do next. Some try to mimic it, but it's still simply data, not hypermedia. So they're not actually RESTful, they're just an HTTP API that borrowed the name. So now that we see how browsers and the web were designed to work, what happened? Tune in for the next history lesson.